Hello everyone, today we're going to look at the Congress Now, which is about the UE on Star Citizen that recently put out a mediation of Charon 3, which is a planet in Star Citizen in real time, which is real life. This was put out 20 hours ago, about the same time the Riley system was out, which if you don't know, that is in the link down below. And sorry, last night I forgot about putting the link in, I think. Anyways, this was recently put on 29/44/07, 7th month, 29th day, which as we know, the 29/44 is wrong. We're not in that year. However, the 7th month and 29th day in the 7th month is correct. That's when it was posted. Anyways, UEE Crongus 396 session auto script proved and admitted by the archivist Yates number 57573BDF. That's the code. Let's get on to it. The session begins at 13:31, which is military time for I think 12:30. Speaker Marshall. I'm not going to be. Anyways, let's just go. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats so we can initiate a call. Marshall goes on to say, as we have a quorum, we may now conduct business. I would like to recognize Dennis Yun, the Imperator's chief of staff. Now, I'm not going to read this entire thing because it is long, but I will leave the link to the site so you can go see it. But I'm going to take what they've said and put it into a point for you. So they did not finish the statement. The session braked for 10 minutes recess. So the governor, they kept arguing back and forth about the death of the people on the village of D. Ruiz. 6 dead, 3 times that were wounded. The governor got really mad. He said, "Don't you talk about lives that we'd lost? What about Goshen Valley?" Dennis Yun, governors, please speak, not act like babies. He's basically saying, he gave them, that's when the recess came in, is for some time for them to stop and think about what they're doing. Hold on. So he goes on, that's when the recess stops. The 2 governors are talking about messages that they sent. Governor Targwin, classed C3. I find it curious that you haven't mentioned the message you initially sent me about joining the other governors to bid for planetary recognition, a message I also ignored. Only then did the plight of the people become a concern. Then Governor Armin Fornder said, "I sent no such message. Then the governor said again, "Naturally." Governor Admin then went on to say, right after that, "I will not be slandered by a political predator and base opportunist. You have taken the voice of their own people in Dellen. I aim to give it back to them." They go back and forth about about them killing a village and all that. Hold on again, guys. There's a big, long paragraph of Governor Tarquin, classed C3, which he goes to say a lot about. Let's see here what he says, actually. He tells them any loose opinions about the homeworlds that known to struggle, that have plagued Dellen ever since the military closed down their bases after the fall of the Mezzers. Since then, we have suffered disasters from cosmic and terrestrial origins, famine, and decades of city wars that evolved into a system of government so riddled with occupation that the lawlessness of the past seemed preferable. Hopefully, we can visit that planet. I would like to see some of the war ruins of the cities and just people fighting against each other. And if you did get to go there, who would you pick to fight along with? I'm sure you can fight some people there. I mean, like, come on. But who would you fight with? Armin Forder says, before that, he says, my thanks, Mr. Yun, my good new senators, the people of Archon have a saying, right and easy are rarely the same thing with our borders. We have endured both heretic and joy. After that, he goes on to say about the towers there, and how the government is getting the people and using their voice against, the different governments, I think. Anyways, you guys can go read this all. In all fairness, I'm not going to say who I go with. You can pick and write down in the comments, do you go with Tarquin Clast or Armin Forder? I think they're both from the same planet. I'm not sure though, but you guys go there and decide in the comments, say which one you pick, and all that good stuff. I'm copying now. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, rate, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. Be on your best behavior. I don't know where that came from. But remember to share with your family and friends and all that good stuff, and have a nice day.